The Cursed Child. In a remote village nestled deep within the mountains, there lived a child named Alara. From the moment she was born, it was clear that something was different about her. The midwife who delivered her noticed the unusual markings on her skin, intricate symbols that seemed to glow faintly under the light of the moon. The villagers, steeped in centuries-old superstitions, whispered amongst themselves that the child was cursed. Her parents, though loving and kind, could not escape the dread that these whispers instilled in their hearts. They tried to protect her from the outside world, but the more they shielded her, the more the villagers' fear grew. They believed that Alara's birth had brought a shadow upon the village, as shortly after her arrival, the crops began to fail, and the river that once flowed abundantly started to dry up. The elders spoke of ancient prophecies, tales of a child marked by the gods, destined to bring ruin or redemption. Yet, Alara was oblivious to the fear and hatred brewing around her. She spent her days wandering the forests, finding solace in the company of animals and the rustling leaves, her only friends in a world that had turned against her. As Alara grew older, the village's fear turned to hostility. They blamed her for every misfortune, every ill that befell them. If a storm destroyed a roof, it was Alara's doing; if a child fell ill, it was because of Alara's curse. Her parents, once her fiercest protectors, began to waver under the weight of the villagers' anger. They loved her, but their fear of the unknown, of what she might become, grew with each passing day. Alara could sense the change in their hearts, the way their eyes no longer held the warmth they once did. She tried to win back their love, to prove that she was just a child like any other, but the more she tried, the more distant they became. The village's priest, a man deeply entrenched in his beliefs, declared that the only way to save the village was to banish the cursed child. A meeting was called, and despite the pleas of her parents, it was decided that Alara must leave. The night before she was to be cast out, her mother came to her, tears streaming down her face. She handed Alara a small locket, a family heirloom, and whispered, "I'm so sorry, my love. I hope one day you can forgive us." Cast out from the only home she had ever known, Alara wandered the mountains, her heart heavy with grief and confusion. She walked for days, surviving on the meager food she could find, until she came upon an ancient temple, hidden deep within the forest. The temple was covered in vines, forgotten by time, yet as she approached, the symbols on her skin began to glow brighter. Drawn by an invisible force, she entered the temple, and as she did, the ground beneath her feet trembled. In the heart of the temple, she found a massive stone statue of a goddess, her hands outstretched, as if waiting to receive something. Alara felt a strange pull towards the statue and, without knowing why, she placed her hand in the goddess's stone palm. Suddenly, the temple came alive with light, and the goddess's voice echoed in her mind. "My child," the voice said, "you have been marked not with a curse, but with a gift. You are the chosen one, destined to bring balance to this land." Alara felt a surge of power within her, a warmth spreading through her veins. The goddess revealed that the village's suffering was not her doing but was caused by a dark force that had been festering for centuries, waiting for a child with the gift to rise and confront it. Alara's markings were a sign of this power, a power that could either destroy or save.